check out our new sponsor, the Health Blaze. All the information is in the description. Use the promo code above. Goodfellow Unboxing at 18% off of all their natural products, from deodorant, pomade, toothpaste, and much, much more. And they have additional discounts on their website as well. That's thehealthblaze.com. Starting December 20th. That promo code is good for 18% off. We go. All right, man. As the world turns in the saga of Heath Thurman and Manny Pacquiao, kind of combine two stories and make a video. Shout out to brother Tom Biz, Sports and ENT, man. Y'all can subscribe to him. I seen this video on Teddy Atlas, and Teddy Atlas just hit on Twitter and said some things. I'll link that source in the description. If I forget, just hit me up in the email. And I'm gonna start getting back to the comment section. It's just hectic out here. But I want to talk about what Gary Anton Russell said, the younger brother, one of the younger brothers of Gary Russell first. And I'll link that in the description on the source link, both of them, from Alice and him. And he said this before the Heath Thurman fight and Pacquiao fight. He said it after Teofimo Lopez fought Masashi Tanaka Friday, and they waited to post the interview. And I seen a couple people on social media said more excuses, against Pacquiao. I mean, at the end of the day, both of the people, people from the Pacquiao side can critique these, can dub these as excuses. But he said this before the fight. He said everybody knew, and I didn't know this, but he said Heath Thurman, and this is the Gary Russell brother who beat Jaron Ennis in the Olympic eliminator. And he said everybody knew that Heath Thurman had a busted rib going into this fight, and and I don't think the interviewer, he got caught off guard by it. And I guess, I just thought Heath Thurman was soft to the body. So Heath Thurman really went into the fight with a hurt rib, which I don't know why that man would have to lie. Because he said this before the fight, and that Pacquiao should go to his body, and he already had a weak body. I mean, I would be going to the body regardless. But he said that he got everybody knew he had a busted rib, and Pacquiao should attack that busted rib. And if that's true, Thurman went in the fight injured. He went in the fight without vital testing for the entire camp, as Adrian Broder did. He walked out first. He weighed in first, walked out first. He gave up every advantage to Pacquiao, to a 40-year-old. And Pacquiao needs some advantages. He earned that right to have these advantages in his career. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you something that the brother from Three Kings said. Bo said on Facebook after before. He said, "I don't care. I'm the champion. I'm not walking out last. I'm not walking out first. If you Keith Thurman was the real champion. He was the Super WA champion. The regular belt, that's bullshit." And he said that's a huge mental edge, and it was a mental edge. Keith Thurman sat there and bowed down to Manny Pacquiao. And not only did he bow down to Pacquiao with all those advantages I named, the entire crowd, except for like one person, was going for Manny Pacquiao. Keith Thurman had a huge uphill battle, and Keith Thurman still performed, contrary to what people believe. People just hated Keith Thurman because they solely held him responsible for holding the division up. But they conveniently forget that Danny Garcia retired too. He took a year off. He didn't want to fight Sean Porter for the interim WBC belt. That pushes the whole timeline. That affects the whole timeline more differently than what Keith Thurman did. Because had Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia fought for the interim belt, that means Sean Porter would have had to fight. They would have already fought Errol Spence in March by now. Or he would have fought him last September August when he fought Danny. So that pushes it up. Then maybe Errol still fight Mikey in the unification bout. You see what I'm saying? So now, really, he would have two belts by now. Maybe a Mikey fight coming up under his belt already. And he pushed the timeline. So no, we're really looking at, or if Keith did still come back and fight Pacquiao, now we could be looking at Pacquiao and Errol, which I'll do the video on that later. I doubt we seeing that fight, but he'd had two belts already. But like I said, they gonna put all the onus and all the stress of this division on Keith. But Keith still did the most than anybody. But the hatred for Keith, people act like he got blew out, but he landed 200 power shots, but he got blew out. And plus, he was at a huge disadvantage with Orange Juice Manny Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? But nobody want to talk about it. Everybody want to sweep that up. But the whole busted rib situation just shows you that Keith Thurman just, it was his fault. Don't get me wrong. It was his fault. he categorized making money and fighting Pacquiao, an older Pacquiao, which you won't get full credit. Only thing you could do is lose credit in that fight, unless you knocked him out like in the first, second, third round. And he sold his soul. Basically, he sold his soul to the devil. You know, he came in at every disadvantage, and you know what? You can't make excuses. He knew he came in with a rib injury, and that's his fault. That's his fault. His arrogance was his downfall coming into this fight. His arrogance was his downfall. And that explains a lot why, you know, the mouthpiece came out like that and, you know, this and that. But, and it kind of probably explains the knockdown. What the knockdown was due to them tackling the feet. You notice that they didn't show that angle. They never showed the angle of their feet. And they got multiple angles. That knockdown was a balanced knockdown. He wasn't hurt because Pacquiao knocked him down with an off-balance right hand. The body shot did set it up, but their feet got tangled up. Orthodox versus southpaw. So that knockdown really wasn't no knockdown. You know what I'm saying? It was a knockdown because their feet tangled up and he landed a punch. But it wasn't really a knockdown. But that is what it is. But, you know, with Teddy Atlas, Teddy Atlas is saying that he said on Twitter today that I'm paraphrasing here. Manny Pacquiao wasn't a Mustang, he was a Ferrari. But the only question was, what type of gas did he have in his tank? And apparently Eddie Hearn was the first one to say, you know, kind of called Pacquiao out for being Orange Juice, Juice Man Jones. You know what I'm saying? I saw her walking through the rain. You know what I'm saying? He the real Juice Man. All right, he said that first, and then Teddy Atlas I heard speak on it. So two white men spoke on it. Out of all the brothers on PBC, and nobody say nothing. Maybe it was a confidentiality agreement. You say something about Pacquiao not taking a drug test, then you can't get the Pacquiao fight. You know, they want to be these righteous black brothers, but they want to go see all this injustice going on between Broner and Heath Thurman. But if the fighter ain't complaining about it, I ain't got nothing to say about it if I'm a fighter. But Teddy Atlas said what type of gas he had in his tank. He right. And a lot of people that's pro Pacquiao, you know what? They act like they cool with us, act like they rub shoulders with us, act like they 100. But as soon as Pacquiao come back, you know, they want to ignore that shit. You know what I'm saying? Anytime it come between the brothers, you know what I'm saying? We the ones that gotta have an uphill battle. We the ones that gotta shut up, and we gotta have the unfair advantages because we dominated the sport for so long. And I'm glad that, you know, Eddie Hearn, even though it's ironic that his fighter got popped for PEDs the other day, Dillian White, yesterday to be exact, not even 24 hours. Well, he been popped since July 17th. You know, and they didn't alert Oscar Rivas' team. Check my video out earlier today, but you know what? Somebody needs to speak up, man. And we all know Pacquiao. You know, Pacquiao is a little different right now. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? You signed the contract. You played pussy. You got messed over. And that's on you, to be honest. That's on him as a fighter, man. And he allowed that to happen. You know what? He signed his soul away, Keith Thurman. He came in and either underestimated his opponent. He either underestimated his opponent in Manny Pacquiao, or it was a combination, or it was just that, you know, he wanted to make that money so bad, and that was his legacy fight. And I felt that he was going to retire and not come back after that fight regardless. Now, AB, you know, it was like he called him out, but AB just came on TMZ and said he's not fighting at 147 pounds no more. So, I don't know, man. Money talks, bullshit walks, but Keith Thurman gave up that advantage, man. And it's his fault. You know what I'm saying? He gave up that advantage, and, you know, we can all say and point out the injustice, and I would like to see more of the brothers on PBC kind of allude and touch on that, but I think they was been given marching orders not to say nothing. And I understand that for guys like Errol Spence who want to fight with Pacquiao, you don't want to disrespect him or nothing like that. But then again, it ain't no telling what type of gas he put on his tank versus you. And then, you know, you go out there and get busted up, but everybody else think you gonna win. You feel me? And then you just sitting there with the gas face, or I ate ass face in my Kevin Hart voice, and you get done wrong. But hey, it is what it is, man. You know. But I'll link both of those sources in the description. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, or video request. Keep sharing the videos. Appreciate the love, support. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Help Blaze, at thehelpblaze.com. Promo code Goodfella1Boxing get you 18% off the 100% all natural products, lotion, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, deodorant, toothpaste, hair pomade, much, much more. Website, promo code in description. One time for the one time. Goodfella Sports TV. We gone.